Hi everyone, Liberty Doll here. I've been getting a lot of requests for an update to my Why I Carry a Gun video, so here it is. First, I want to give a brief recap of the situation for anyone who hasn't seen the previous video. So, early April of last year, I started being followed by a middle-aged man driving a work van. The first time I saw him, I was walking my dog about a block from my home, where he slowed down as he drove by and made a comment about my having a beautiful family. Every week after that, I saw him at least once, following me in various places about 1 to 3 blocks from my house. Every time I saw him, he would either slow down or stop completely, even if he was on the other side of the road, and would lean out of his window to watch me. Eventually, he started showing up more and more frequently and closer to my house until eventually, one morning, he was actually parked right outside my house. I went outside and went to go approach him, and he just sped away. Naturally, after that, I made a police report. I provided them with a description of him and the van, which police actually said matched the description of 2 other reports from women in the area that they had given in the last couple weeks. Nonetheless, the police told me that he hadn't done anything wrong yet, and they actually used the word yet, and that he hadn't done anything illegal. So they couldn't do anything. Instead, they recommended that next time I saw him, I somehow try to engage him long enough to get a picture, call the police, and wait for them to arrive. Yeah, not likely. For various legal and strategic reasons, I did decide to stick with concealed carry rather than open carry. Obviously, I did not tell the police any of this, as I live in Massachusetts, and even though I am a legal gun owner, being a gun owner here is probably the worst thing you could do and automatically gives you the reputation of being a crazy gun nut with no balls. This is the state where when there is a rapist or armed robber on the loose, they hand out free rape whistles. Seriously, that actually happened. Look it up. Anyway, I told various friends and neighbors about the man, but no one knew who he was or could identify the van. Summer ended, and he disappeared. Fast forward to April of this year. Around the same exact time, almost to the day, Creepy Van Man shows up again in the same exact location as last April, except this time Creepy Van Man has a nondescript gray car. Again, he pulls over, leans out the window, and makes a comment about my dog and I being a beautiful family, and tries to speed away. This time, though, he had to stop because there was actually someone further up the street that was trying to cross, so I was able to get a plate number. I filed a second police report, and this time the police said that they would run the plate to try and get an ID and go talk to him. They told me that once they got his side of things, they would call me with an update. Again, they told me that if I saw him, to try to engage him until they could get there. That felt ridiculously unsafe to me, especially considering that there had been reports of attempted kidnappings and assault in the local news just a couple months before. So, current status is that I never got a call from the police. I have no idea if they were able to ID him or talk to him because I just never heard from them. But 2 weeks later, the streets I most frequently saw him on went under construction and were blocked off with police details for the rest of the summer. I didn't see him again after that day in April, and I'm guessing it's because of the roadblocks and police presence. Now, to answer some of the questions and comments on my previous video, I continue to conceal carry on a daily basis. I did receive gun training and have had several hours of instruction on proper gun safety and handling. My clothes were not the issue, as I was wearing baggy clothing to conceal my waistband carry. My dog is also not the issue in this situation, and getting rid of him will not solve the problem and likely would not have stopped this guy from following me. Pepper spray is legal, but requires close quarters to be used, and with the exception of the first encounters in April, he was never close enough for me to use it. Tasers present the same problem and are illegal in Massachusetts, so no, I cannot use one. And yes, I would like to move out of Massachusetts someday, though there are creepy and dangerous people everywhere. And for those of you who have accused me of taking the law into my own hands, I would like to remind you that all I did was file a police report and carry my legally owned firearm with my legally obtained concealed carry permit, none of which is illegal unless you are a felon. And if I were a felon, I would not have been able to get any of those things anyway. To everyone else, thanks for your continued support and listening to my story.